Windows 10 and Microsoft's upgrade tactics for the operating system have definitely come under quite a bit of criticism over the last few months, and now Microsoft is facing two more lawsuits over their, shall we say, questionable Windows 10 upgrade tactics. Now, both of these suits are seeking a class action status, meaning the people filing these are not messing around. Now, the first one was filed in the US, the District Court in Florida to be exact, and it is alleging that the Windows 10 upgrade prompts, quote, violated laws governing unsolicited electronic advertisements, and this was reported by the Seattle Times. They also are alleging that the tactics are against the FTC's rules on deceptive and unfair practices. As for the second suit, it's actually not in the US, it was filed in Haifa, Israel, and is alleging that Microsoft installed Windows 10 on people's PCs without consent. Now, you may recall that they have already paid a $10,000 reward in a previous suit in the US over similar circumstances. Now, while of course we're talking different laws for different countries here, there is a bit of a precedent here for them paying out over a similar circumstance. But despite this, Microsoft said to the Seattle Times that they believe that both the suits will not succeed, and the Times themselves also called the Windows 10 update a, quote, choice not requirement. Now, it was true that for some time Microsoft did employ some pretty aggressive tactics for Windows 10. For some time, you may recall the clicking the X in the upper right corner of the Windows 10 upgrade prompt was for a time interpreted as consent to upgrade to the new OS. Now, obviously, for pretty much every program ever, clicking X ends the program. And from anything else, if something pops up, hey, do you want to upgrade to the latest version of this? Whether it be your overclocking software or whatever, you just click X and it goes away. It doesn't just upgrade anyway. So basically, in the Windows 10 case, that was treated as consent, when for literally everything else, clicking X on an upgrade would be closing it and saying, no, I don't want it, or I don't want it now. And the same prompt could even upgrade your system to Windows 10 without explicit consent if you left your PC on for a while. So you left it on, went out for a few hours and came back, and there were numerous complaints over quote-unquote forced upgrades after Microsoft began using these tactics. Now, these were used for several months, but the upgrade offers have been dialed back. For example, the expected behavior of clicking the X returned, and there's also a option just to say, look, I don't want the offer at all, so it would consistently bug you to be like, hey, you need to upgrade. So while they have changed things, it is true that for some time they did employ pretty aggressive tactics, but Microsoft seemed confident that they won't be losing these suits, so we'll have to see how it goes. I mean, obviously we're talking about different circumstances here, and of course one of them is outside of the US, which of course will change things, based on that country's laws and all that good stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens if they do end up paying for these ones as well. They probably will think twice before doing this with their next OS. Regardless of all that though, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.